Let's bring you this now. President Cyril Ramaphosa has signed the Employment Equity Amendment Bill into law. It allows the Labour Minister to set specific equity targets for different sectors. Now, the President says it will promote diversity, equality and transformation in the workplace. However, the DA and trade union Solidarity do not see it that way. They're now heading to court saying it will entrench racial divisions of the apartheid past. So let's get some clarity now from Sandile live from Werksmans attorneys. And Sandile, thank you so much for your time. Good morning to you. Let's talk about this new Employment Equity Act that's been signed into law. Perhaps clarifying it for us in terms of what it actually means.
I think we need to start why we have an Employment Equity Act. The reason behind that was intended to redress the imbalances of the past. So we have always been having an employer being left to the employers to deal with the issues of discrimination at the workplace and to do away with all those policies and tendencies at the workplace. And making sure that the employer's workforce represent or reflect the demographics. But that has always been at the employer's level. Now, the amendment talked to the sectoral determination, which simply means that now it's no longer going to be left to the employers only, it's going to be at the sector level and at national level. Because all the time we never had a situation where the transformation is determined at national level.
It seems at the same time the issue around transformation and inclusivity is also the reason behind this Sandile, because it aims to address structural exclusion on the basis of race. And I suppose that's why the president also amended or signed this bill, right?
Yes, in fact, that's an intervention on the part of government, because if you leave it to the employers, and the employers in terms of the amendment will be required when they do their own plans, those plans to be in line with the national determination. The government is going to determine, the minister is going to determine the targets at national level. So I agree with you to say it's all about,
right.
Yes.
So with that being said, now enters the Democratic Alliance and Solidarity not only disagreeing with this decision by the president, but also heading to the courts. In your understanding, where is the misunderstanding, or where is the disagreement, rather, from both the trade union or Solidarity as well as the Democratic Alliance? Why are they opposing this?
In my view, there's no misunderstanding. It's just that we all know that Democratic Alliance and Solidarity don't believe in affirmative action, full stop. There is no misunderstanding at all. And I don't know on what basis are they going to challenge this. And you would recall in the past that Solidarity won 1 or 2 cases in the Western Cape, where they insisted that the regional demographics should be used, which meant that you have to employ colored people as opposed to employing your black African people. So they are opposed. So they will do anything to frustrate transformation. And as to why is the case, we don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no misunderstanding.
But it seems some of the reasons they offer here, at least in far as Solidarity is concerned, they're saying that the bill is unconstitutional, it will keep businesses small and further cost thousands of jobs. In your view, is there a justification to what they're saying here?
It's not. I hear them saying that, and also saying this is meant to allow certain businesses of politicians or to be able to have access to, because it's all now about reduce all this whole thing is reduced to the contracts which the government has to enter into with the service providers. And they think that it's a scam which is going to be used by certain people and is going to benefit certain people. That's not how we should look at. We look at what is it that it seeks to achieve. And if you are open-minded and look at that, you will not challenge because things can go wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
It can't be unconstitutional because things can go wrong at some point.
Sandile, I also want to, include BUSA here. I mean, they also, added their voice to this. They seemingly welcomed this decision by the president. Yeah. However, they did raise some concerns. I just want to quote them. They said their concerns are around the fragmentation of policy objectives and enforcement mechanisms within government with some companies. This, they say, because of their sectors expected to now comply with different transformation targets administered by different government departments or even entities. Now, what do you make of BUSA's concerns in this regard?
I think BUSA's concerns are valid because practically, when you read these amendments, practically it's going to be very difficult. But not difficult to a point that it cannot be done because we already have sectors. We do have sectors as we speak across the industries, which is bargaining council. You have sectors. The only problem would be those which are not already organized. But those that are organized throughout, we've got sectors at the bargaining council, it should not be a problem. I think the problem of BUSA and them is the practicality, whether government will have capacity to deal with this act. They've got good ideas, but I'm not sure at implementation level whether the capacity is there.
Yeah. Looking at perhaps some of the benefits for the smaller businesses or even smaller employers, do you think this would bring a significant amount of relief when it comes to some of the administrative burden that they had previously incurred?
It will, insofar as those who were making money beyond certain profits. Because, as you are aware, even before the amendment, if you employ less than 50 people, you are not required to do that, unless you would make more. You do in terms of profit. You make certain profit, but now you are not required at all, irrespective of the profits that you make.